Brown 45. Brown 45. Hot, 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 hot.
Of commercial-free football start now.
We are back. This is my favorite thing we do in this community, and it's not has anything to do with media, like to movies or TV or anything. We are back with Hit Stick. We are back with our preseason. We will do 2 of these. This week we will talk about receiver duos. Our pass catching. Robert's already entered the chat and corrected me 6 times since he's entered. No, I'm just kidding. But we're doing pass catching duos. He was correct because if you look at some of these teams, there's not a lot of people that catch passes on some of these teams. And then we will do our quarterback rankings, 1 through 32. We have to agree all 5. Scully and Barr are supposed to be here. They sent me the list. They're not here. I really don't care. No bias will be shown at all tonight. They don't care about their personal rankings or their teams. Coho doesn't even have a quarterback currently. So, like, at this point, who knows? We're back. Nazario, your last season ended in sadness.
Yes.
Because your coach did not know the overtime rules.
The man
How are you feeling going into the season?
He does not know how to defend a 10-point lead. That is a recurring issue. He's afraid of success. Like people say, like, don't be afraid of success, take risk. He is very afraid. And I really don't know if we're ever going to fucking win if he doesn't fucking change his mentality. He actually did something different in the second preseason game. He let somebody else call the plays for the first time in 7 fucking years, and it was a shit show. So we better not do that again.
So you're doing great. That's awesome. The next one with perfect attendance on the podcast, video store, soon to be Mark and Cody's channel. We do now 2 active shows weekly on the show. Mark, you have no fandom besides being an absolute football slut. How are you doing?
Very good way to put it. You know what? Very happy to be back. We're doing this. Like, it means we're etching very, very closely to football season. Like, usually it's Hard Knocks, then it's this. Before it was last chance you, but we got to do without that, and now we're going in football. We're getting into it. It's very happy putting together this wide receiver duo list because now we're going to be back in the thick of it.
Yeah, somebody asked me, what do you think of the preseason so far? And I said, I don't watch preseason. I hate the preseason. I don't get the thrill that other people do. I just wait for that first kickoff, treat it special.
Well, you haven't seen the new kickoff then.
No, I've seen clips. Let's be real. I just don't sit there and watch a game. That's crazy. That's crazy behavior, in my opinion.
You know what's crazy is that the tickets are the same for regular season and preseason games.
Get the fuck out of here. Then really?
Yeah.
So it cost me $200 to go watch the fucking Cowboys in a preseason game. That's fucking crazy. It's stupid. Why did anybody do that?
Brandon Ayuk is not currently on your team, Robert, but welcome to the Hit Stick. You were introduced last season, but now a full-time active member of the roster. Will have his name on the graphic. Will be competing by himself. Will not be Scully and friends this year because, shocking, Scully didn't show up. We all had our doubts about Coho, but Coho is here. Scully's not. So, Robert, how are you? And will Ayuk be on your roster by the start of this season?
No, that ship has sailed. plenty of times, especially because we know that we lowballed him more than the 49ers will. So worst team, worst offer. No way. I would prefer if they pivot to someone who's in that division and maybe see if they can get Russ's old friend to come over. I wish they would pivot, but they're not going to pivot. They're just going to get strung along till the beginning of the year. And you know what? Van Jefferson, wide receiver 2. Let's go. Hooray.
When I was typing that in, I said, "Oh, George Pickens and Deontay Johnson,
No.
Van Jefferson. All right,
No,
maybe Peter Fairbanks will be your. Who knows?
I would consider this gentleman the second pass catcher.
That's fair. And next up, he will be sad all year long. This man he did shave his head because he was going bald. Let's be correct, but he did it to say, I'm going all in for Josh Dobbs. Didn't work out for him. Said they were going to sweep the Lions. Didn't happen. And now he has Sam Darnold for at least right now 18 games or 17 games. Yeah. So at least Justin Jefferson is staying. How are you doing mentally other than that?
I think the rest of the team is looking pretty good right now in preseason. I think Darnold doesn't look awful. As long as he can not throw interceptions and find Justin Jefferson, we can win 9 games, maybe. We'll see. And that's all. All I want is to not suck. But who knows? We probably will.
So,
Our division.
Did you like spit on an old woman's face or something? Because 2 years in a row you got cursed.
I've been cursed every year with the exception of 2 since I've been alive.
Did you say sneeze?
No, I said spit on a woman's face or something because
I thought you said. Did you sit on woman's face? And I said, "Whoa, that's insane."
I've only been happy as a Vikings fan twice in my life, and those didn't end up well either. So,
all right. So I don't think there's actually like a perfect. If you want to share the screen that I've shared with you, Nazario, I don't think there's a perfect rhyme or reason of how to do this, but overall, it will be tier list of 1 through 5, all the way through 32. We are doing pass catching duos. We will talk about those pass catching duos when we do it. I think the best way to start with it is I think we can nominate a team where we want to go. Your guys' thoughts on overall how you want to start with the rankings.
Do you want to go and rotate and have people nominate someone?
Yeah, that's fine. We can nominate. We'll start with nomination. Let's start with Coho.
Cool. I think I'll just start.
Just kidding. I'm going to start. No, you're stupid to believe that I would do that. I'm going to say I'm just going to nominate number 1. Okay. I'm going to nominate number 1. I think going into the season and based on everything last season, I'm going to say the best receiver duo is the Miami Dolphins. I think Tyreek Hill and Waddle overall, with as many pass catching and how many yards and how much takeaway from both of those, if you can't shut those two down, I think they're absolutely hard to start. I think there can be arguments for them to not be number 1, obviously, but I think that you'd be dumb to not include them in the top 5. So I'm comfortable in this spot where Tyreek yes, Tyreek's getting older. His legs are still going to be under him, the injury last year and everything like that, but he was still almost 2,000 yards. Well, that doesn't, how much sex you have doesn't mean if you can get a ball or not. But
he gets tired from all the fucking.
So he wants to be a porn star. So that's where I'm at. Does anybody disagree with the ranking?
I have them at 1, so good shit.
Okay. I have them at 2.
Okay.
I prefer and I know this is insane probably, but I prefer the grit, toughness, and overall resumes combined of the Rams 2. I have Puka and Cooper Kupp at 1 myself, but I have Miami at 2, so it's not too far off.
Okay, Mark, did you say you have them at 2?
No, they're my 1. I think the difference with them is they are the one wide receiver duo, I think, in the top 5 that truly elevate their quarterback play. Because they're the only one that I think doesn't have like a top 10 quarterback passing the ball to them right now.
I agree.
Well-
I agree with that. We'll talk about that. So we're gonna Nazar Coho. Where did you have them?
Number 1. I think
Okay.
that they're probably the only team where they have 2 number 1 receivers on the one team.
Okay, so then we can kind of work on this. We will put Rams right now at 2 because of that, and then we'll have the discussion of where we are at with them. I disagree with them being number 2. I think I loved what Puka did last year. I don't know if it's repeatable. Based on a trade I just made in a fantasy league, I hope it's repeatable. But I think it can be very difficult overall, and I think Cooper kind of used everything he had in those legs. That the triple the triple threat, the triple crown season. So I have 2 other options that I would have put higher than them, but we can hear it out. Where does everybody else have Rams? Wicked.
I have them at 2. Sound
Okay.
good.
I have them at 8.
Holy
Oh,
fuck.
fuck you.
I just think Cooper Kupp's getting really old, and I don't think that right now he's as good nearly as he used to be. And 1 year out of Puka doesn't necessarily. I think Puka's really good. I hope Puka stays really good. I just don't know if I think they're a good duo. I don't think they're one of the 5 best duos.
You
Yeah,
have Justin Jefferson up there, don't you, motherfucker?
Of course,
He's the best receiver in football, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got him at 5, so I'm kind of right there with, I guess, the panel at this point. I just because I mean, listen, the news right now, at least from camp, is that Kupp is healthy, and if Kupp is healthy, then Kupp and Puka are just a scary ass duo. Like I don't think it matters who's number 1, who's number 2. They both operated as the number 1 receiver in this offense, like in the last couple of years. And I think Puka would work fine as a 2. And even if not, like we've seen Kupp operate as a good number 2 in this offense before. Like, I mean, I'm old enough to remember when he operated as the number 2 when Robert Woods was the number 1. If both are healthy, this is a scary ass wide receiver duo, and it's going to give everybody headaches.
Okay, so we are not at consistent. We have 8. We have 5. I have them in the top 5, and you 2 are at 2. So basically, Coho and Mark, you both nominate someone to try to take that 2 spot.
I mean, I have what I thought would have been the consensus 2 with the Bengals and Chase and Higgins. Like that's, I mean, are we that far off? Like for them being in the top 5?
I have
No,
They're my top 5.
They're my 2. They're tied with my 2 and 3, and I'll say my 2. I think my 2 is Devontae Smith and AJ Brown from the Phillies or the Eagles. I think, especially last year, I think they're just completely hitting on all cylinders, and I just think that's just where those 2 would be going into this season if I had to rank. But that's mine. So we have Bengals, we have Eagles, Coho.
Yeah, I was leaning that way as well. They're my 2. The Bengals are.
Who?
That would have been someone that I would have submitted. Chase and Higgins are my 2.
So that is 3 for them. Let's have some argument for that if we want to.
I just ran out of time and I didn't get to the Bengals, so it's not even in my top 12, which is what I actually have. But what was the other one you said? The fucking Eagles.
Eagles.
I have them at 9. So fuck.
Oh,
At 9?
they're my 5.
I had the Bengals at 3, so I don't. You want to have them at 2. I'm fine with that.
I mean, the Chase niggas make most of it. Like they're I think they're probably the only other wide receiver duo that I think they have 2 wide receiver ones. Like I think I think when I looked it up, I think Higgins could leave the Bengals and he could probably be the wide receiver 1 of like half the NFL if he wanted to. Honestly, if half the list we're looking at here, he's probably the best wide receiver of like at least half the crew.
I honestly think the 49ers also have both ones, but if they both stay currently, but I think health. Again, I don't know how much you guys played health into this. I played health into it quite a bit because the best kind of ability is availability. Like it's just like I need you on the field, and like I think there are some great receivers, but I just haven't seen you in a while. So, okay. Miami Bengals were pretty much set. Let's go for. So, do we have a team that's better than the Rams at 3?
I have the Niners at 3, but I have the Rams at 2. So I don't know.
No, you're good.
I had Rams at 1, so I'm fine with knocking them down to 3.
I'm ready for some. If anybody has a case, or do they think they made enough strong enough case to be?
I have a team that hasn't been mentioned yet for the top 5, and that's the Chiefs. I think Rashee Rice. I think Rashee Rice is great. If you want to go Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce as your guys, I think that's an elite duo. But if you want to bring in as Hollywood Brown instead, I think Hollywood Brown is going to be huge. I just think that room, they won a Super Bowl without half the receivers they have now. But if you could really pick any of them, and I think they're an elite top 5 duo. That's how strong their room is.
There is not a shot in hell that I'm putting the Kansas City Chiefs in the top 5, and for my vote.
I don't have them in the top 5. They're getting.
I think Hollywood Brown, great. I think Xavier Worthy will be great. I think they can still do a great job and almost probably win the Super Bowl this year. I would not be surprised. But they are not going to get there from the back of the receivers. Or their pass catchings. They're going to get there from. They have just so many. There's just not a key person.
I mean,
I can't.
Is the key person.
He's just not that guy anymore. He finished under 1,000 yards this season for the first time. He's had multiple games where he was completely just missing.
Right, but in the playoffs, he set NFL records this playoff.
You're not wrong because they found him again. I just think that's one guy, and I will give you. I can't think Rashee Rice is going to make that 2 over some other. I think they're honestly, if I had the Chiefs, I think they're in the middle of the pack.
I think that's interesting. I have them in the top 10 still, but I don't I think Coho's argument kind of sways against them because they were able to be successful without them being good.
Okay. Does anybody else in the top 5 that want to mention?
49ers, man, put them in the top.
Can I make another vote? I know this will be unpopular. I have the Lions high as well, and I consider the Lions Laporta and Sun God.
No, that's literally what I was thinking. I think they are better than the current Chiefs roster right now with the 2 duos of those 2. And I think if you include kind of Gibbs this year could easily be that option of a pass catcher out of that group.
And no one's a sexier late round pick than James.
Okay, so let's pull some people. Let's just move this thing along. Okay, so we've heard Niners.
Yeah.
We've heard Eagles.
Yep.
No.
We've heard Lions now. Mark, who's somebody that you can throw up this and then we can kind of divide and put around?
I mean, my current 5 is all there because my 5 is Dolphins, it's Bengals, it's Eagles, Niners, and Rams. If you're asking me between the 2, I would definitely not have Lions in there. I think my Niners is different because I have Ayuk and Kittle. I think probably, again, I think that's probably speaks to why the Niners should be there because I think you can rotate probably 4 different guys in there.
You can do
Hold on.
CMC.
Like I think
Yeah.
I think that right there cannot be used as support for the Niners and then a knock on the Chiefs because I said the exact same thing.
Well, here,
Yes,
I
it
said
is.
Travis Kelce or shoe, I said
so,
Hollywood
here's the
Brown,
thing. You
and I
mentioned
mentioned
a bunch
multiple
of
people, and you guys went, "Oh no, that shows that they can't be top 5 because they have
No.
too many guys."
Okay,
you
you're
mentioned a
great
bunch of
listening.
guys. You mentioned a bunch of guys that are unproven. Like they really haven't leaned on Rashee Rice for a full season. You mentioned Xavier Worthy, who's a fucking rookie, and you mentioned Kelsey, who's old as shit. And also Marquise Brown, who I haven't seen
Biggest
play a
tight
snap
end in
with.
NFL history, Travis Kelce. Yes, I mentioned him.
Okay, hold on, pause. So you heard what Robert said and then put it to all of us. That's fine. But my thing was, if you took Travis Kelce out of that group, right,
Sure.
and you said Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown, we would laugh at your face and say there's no shot that they're a thing. Now, if I take Debo Samuel, take it out, and I put Ayuk and CMC, or I take that another person and add George Kittle, then we're like, okay, those are 4 star-studded names. Yours is a bunch of things with Mahomes, which makes sense, but he's just not there,
But Rashee
and we
Rice
haven't seen it.
Rashee Rice went just shy of 1,000 last year. Kelsey went just under 1,000.
And in those key
And that was a
games
bad
down the
year.
stretch, they were still throwing it to Tony and MVS. Like, that's what was happening.
Because they were triple teaming Rice.
Triple TV Rice. Stop
They were.
it. Dumb.
So I guess the question is, of the 4 teams that are up there that aren't ranked, how many of us have them in the top 5? Or like what teams? do we have?
So mine right now, was Miami, Bengals, Eagles, 49ers, Rams.
Okay.
I didn't have the Lions. I had them right at 6.
Okay.
I think the Eagles definitely make it because I think most of us had them at like 3 or 2.
I had them at 5, but
I
The
have
Eagles
them
were my
at
four.
9.
And not, oh, I've forgotten Azario. Oh, God. So you were at 5, Zario's at 3.
I have the top 3. Like I have Miami and Los Angeles and San Francisco. But my 4 is the Texans because I like Stephon Diggs and Nico Collins.
I have them in the 10, but not in the top.
I have them in the top 10. But yeah,
They're my 6. Like they were really close. I think they are.
And my 5 is the Raiders with Devontae and Jacoby Myers.
are you fucking kidding?
You're nuts.
5.
You're on drugs.
Yeah, that's an insane thing.
Yeah.
You're still mad about Big Don pushing a player on the
So
49ers.
I would say of the 4 teams that are there, we're most consensus on the Niners.
Yes, I would say.
I had them at 7, but
I'm more on Team Lions than 49ers, personally. But
interesting.
I'm more on the Lions than the Eagles, but
I just
Okay. So let's
I just
pause.
think if
Let's
you took
pause.
Debo off
Okay?
the Niners, he's mid. If you take Ayuk off the Niners, he's probably mid. If you have I think Kittle's probably your only person who would be pretty good if you took him out of the system. Like I think if Ayuk went to the Steelers would not be much better than they already are. To be totally real with you, I don't think Ayuk will save that team.
what?
No offense to the Steelers.
At
Just
9?
you have Russell Wilson. That's the only reason why I would say.
I think that's crazy behavior. Okay. All right, so maybe we take a pause because I think there are some also options that we're not looking at. So let's take a pause. Let's look at our bottom half. Let's see who can we just pinpoint as terrible.
The Patriots. I think
Yeah,
they're the worst receiver room in football.
I gotta say,
Like,
whenever I was trying to put together duos, what I like, because I put 2 people I think would work for each of this list. For the Patriots, I just put doesn't matter.
Oh.
It
Facts.
like who cares? Like Demario Douglas, Javon Baker, like it doesn't fucking. I don't know.
Jalen
Hunter
Pope.
Henry, whatever.
I also, if I want to make a claim, I want to also say that the Bills room
I would
is
agree.
completely depleted now. Coleman is there. They have Kincaid.
and Keon Coleman.
And Curtis Samuel, I guess, is maybe a choice.
And Khalil
It's like you
Shakur.
can pick for the 2.
Yeah, I think they're fun. I just don't think they're anything that. If they were not with Josh Allen, everybody would be like, "The fuck."
Agreed.
If they were with Daniel Jones right now, they'd be like, "He has no weapons. Like we've given him nobody."
I have him in the bottom 5, but I don't have him.
That's fine.
Oh,
No,
so
I don't think he's 30. I don't think he's 31. I just think
Oh,
they're in this bottom.
Oh, they're my
bottom
30.
chunk.
I also think the Chargers are pretty weak now on
They're
receivers.
really low on mine.
Like
They do
Joshua
pretty low on
Palmer,
mine,
Lad
too.
McConkey.
And then their other division mates, the Broncos, are also
Oh, definitely, because they're what?
pretty
Cortland Sutton and
terrible.
Troy Franklin at this point. Like,
Or
Tim Patrick.
Josh
Tim Patrick.
Reynolds.
Tim Patrick is a human that exists, I guess.
Where's
Forgot
all the
he was in the
disrespect for
NFL
Marvin Mims
still.
coming from?
I love Marvin Mims.
Marvin Mims, when he literally goes Russell Wilson, he doesn't even throw it to me. Like that's what he said last year. He's like, he don't throw to me.
I would throw the Panthers out there
They're in the bottom for me.
because as much as Thielen produced, that fucker is dying on that team.
They are. I feel like they're like the line before the next tier. Like I think Deontay Johnson and Adam Thielen are fine. They just don't inspire any confidence.
No, they are a good third option, maybe a low tier second option on any other team. The fact that they're 1 and 2 is rough.
Is Koho talking shit about Adam Thielen now?
I love him
What?
as a guy, but like at this point, he's 32. What's he doing for that team anymore?
Like
The other team I
Big
would consider is the Giants, personally. Because
Neighbors and Hyatt.
Neighbors and yes.
I would throw the Saints as a potential option just because it's Olave.
Well,
and
yeah,
Julio.
like Monday
Olave?
I like
and I
Olave,
like
but
Rashid.
Olave and Rashid Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed.
Like
the only. Like I only have one in here that I didn't put in here. I have the Colts. I don't think
the
the
Colts
Colts
are
is
good.
like a
Pittman and Josh Downs.
yeah.
or Adonai Mitchell.
Or Adonai
unless they just
Mitchell.
drafted.
Yeah.
I
I have
so.
them next tier, I think.
I think I have them in the next tier.
Yeah. So Patriots is definitely last.
Oh yeah,
I think we can agree on
yeah.
that.
I would put Chargers at 31. Like their top receiver is a rookie right now, and
their top 2 receivers are probably rookies because if it's Brendan Rice or Quentin McDrops a lot, like I don't know.
I think Joshua Palmer is probably
Go back to the lab.
Palmer's
Go back
ahead
to the
of
lab
Josh.
on that one. That's terrible. That's not even hit stick worthy. That's not even Azario worthy. Get better on your jokes.
Yeah, I had him at 30, so I'm cool with them being 31.
Who? I think the Bills are
I think the Broncos are worse.
okay.
I think Kincaid moves them up a bit. Like that's about where I am.
I think Sutton or Kincaid. I think Sutton literally bailed Russ out so many times last year. Like that was just
the reason why Russell Wilson's stats look as less abysmal as possible because Cortland Sutton put that fucking.
We need one more team in this thing, right?
I mean, I would I know we got some. I would throw out the Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers are 26 for me. So
Oh no,
You don't have to
yeah,
offend
that's
me,
fine.
right?
That's fair.
You don't have to offend me. It's fine.
Sorry.
I agree. They should also be in there too.
Because who's your 2? Are you going to go with Freiermuth or are you going to go with
I
Roman
would say Freiermuth.
That's fair.
It's a contract year, so
I mean,
he has to produce.
like I wasn't sure. Like I had Roman Wilson on here just because he was really bad last year. But you got a guy who loves nothing more than to throw to the tight end now, calling plays. So that he'll have a big year too.
Okay, so middle of the road, like that tier above, I think there's a few that we can throw out. I think the Cardinals are in that list. Yes, I get it.
I agree.
He is there, but we have not seen him catch in the NFL yet.
And he
But
doesn't
Trey
really
McBride
have a
is-
clear cut
Trey
number
McBride
2. Like, who's your option?
Yeah.
Trey McBride is the truth.
I had him at 24, so I think that's fine. Yeah.
That's tracks.
I'm not saying they're 25. I'm just saying they're on this list.
I would definitely say the Saints have to be in that tier, though.
What are the Saints?
I think
I would
think
agree.
I have him in that. I have him in there too. Yeah.
Okay.
I had Olave and Shaheed on there. I don't know how the rest of you guys saw that.
Yeah, I had a lot.
I have Shaheed as well. I'd say Colts in that tier as well.
I have Commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey and Hudson.
Because the number 2
Yes,
is the number 2 Jahan. Is there 2 Dotson, or are
Cameron.
you going to go with Luke McCaffrey at this point? He's on.
Or Diami Brown or Zach Ertz.
I think the Titans might be in that list.
They are old as dirt. Yeah.
The it's Ridley and Hopkins. Like that's still decent.
Yeah, I have them.
Yeah,
If we rolled back the tape 5 years,
I have
you
it
had
in my
the
top 10. I believe in Ridley and Hopkins.
I don't believe in DeAndre Hopkins at all whatsoever.
I feel like
I'm with Cody on that.
we had seen Ridley be good last year, and we'd also
For
seen
like 4 or 5
Hopkins be
games.
good last year.
Let's be honest. It was one great game and 4 okay games, and then Christian Kirk took every target that he was supposed to have.
I feel like a constant that we're gonna see, like at least in this tier and the tier above, are guys that we've either seen nothing of. We don't like, they're kind of unknowns. Like we have seen Hopkins and Ridley play well in the NFL, which I feel like.
But have we seen them play recently? Have we seen Hopkins play well recently?
He had a 4 touchdown
he
game.
played well last year with Will Levis.
Yeah,
You named one game.
I know, but that's still important. It still
Nobody
happened.
watches the
Like,
Titans,
he had
man.
at least one game where he had like 2 touchdowns.
And
Will
Ridley had
Last year-
a couple games where he had 2 touchdowns. I know.
Last
Look
year,
up. Somebody pull it up.
DeAndre had 7 touchdowns total last year and barely crossed 1,000 yards.
Oh, he had 1,000. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
He had
No, that's fair.
1,057.
That's fair.
I probably also unpopular. I have the Jaguars around here, so myself. But that's
Well, they have a dog shit quarterback, so that's probably fair.
I have the Jaguars a tier up from here.
okay. I mean, I have them at 21, 20, whatever. So it's if you put them in the other tier, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I just think Christian Kirk-
who's other side of? Are we doing Kyle Pitts and Drake London?
Yeah.
For the Falcons.
Are we doing Pitts? Oh, okay.
That's what if you want to do
Who's the
Darnell,
other?
I was thinking money with 2 O's, but
yeah,
But that's why
he got paid.
Jesus Christ, your names for
I
these
also
guys.
think there's still a tier. There are a couple of tiers up.
I have him
Like,
a tier.
they're unknowns, but like I
Look at
feel
this
like
shit.
Jackson
Hard,
11.
that's hard,
really
hard. That's,
high.
Look at this
that's
shit.
fucking insane. That's insane.
Like,
I mean, I'm gonna probably get lambasted here, but I don't know who the Packers have besides Christian Watson.
I have them at 22. Like I have it at Watson Reed. Like,
Well, so did we all have the Colts in here?
yeah, I had the Colts.
We can put the Colts in there.
I think Pittman and Josh Downs are pretty solid.
I have them above, but given what we've discussed, I feel like
I don't think
If I'm going into this season, I would trust Pittman and Josh Downs versus old man Hopkins and Ridley.
I would
That
agree.
should be-
I actually agree with Cody on that. I would take the Colts core over the Titans core right now.
But again, if the Titans are at least in that 16 to 20, I'm fine with. But they're not any higher for me.
Like, I mean, I remember looking at Josh Downs' stats. They weren't like super eye popping, which
You
is
literally just listed players that no one really
Christian
knows.
Watson. Here's the problem. If Christian Watson's your one, that's the problem.
68 catches for 778 yards. Like, it's 2 touchdowns. Like, it's whatever.
Christian
Like,
Watson cannot be your one. Like,
Okay,
I mean,
so
he
let's
did-
move.
I mean, he did have a stretch where he scored like 8 touchdowns in 6 games.
So this maybe we fill out the middle here and then everything else
Okay,
will reside.
nobody has talked about the Bears yet.
I
Did
have,
you
I have
guys
in the
see-
top 10.
I have them in the top 10.
Did you
They're-
guys
they're
see the
top.
guy who ate Keenan Allen and now is pretending to be him?
Yeah, it's very big now.
I think the Bears are in the top 10.
I agree.
I also think the Buccaneers are in the top 10.
I have him at
I would
7.
was
also have the
about to say the
Buccaneers in the top 10 because I assume we're going Evans Godwin still, right?
Yes.
I don't know who else
the-
we picked, so
You cannot tell me. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If Evans is even in the conversation, that man's 1,000 yards every year. I'm gonna trust it until he dies.
I had him at 11, so I'm fine if you want to put them there.
We'll talk. We'll see where we're at.
Not to
I-
stuff egos, but I have the Vikings in here too.
I also have the Vikings in the top 10.
Is Addison's leg attached still?
I think
So-
I think the thing with Addison is he had to be the one for most of last year, and he played great.
Give
I'll
one
put
leg
him
to
there.
Addison, one leg to Hawkins.
I'm gonna stroke co-host Dick a little bit too because I have the Vikings at 8 because Justin Jefferson does carry a lot of weight with that.
He's the best receiver in football.
Okay,
Eh.
so are we sitting? Are we comfortable with the Falcons in this range?
That's
Yeah,
where
I'm
I,
fine
that's
with
where
that.
I have them.
I think, yeah, they're
I think we're good.
they're
And then
right in the middle. They're right in.
I have the Chiefs in the top 10. myself.
Yeah.
No,
Chiefs
I-
have to
no.
be top 10 at
I
least.
had him at 14. I think they're right. They're.
If you
I
wanna
think
put
they're.
them-
I think
You're
they're
right.
middle as well. I think they're middle as well.
I had the Ravens lower myself.
Oh,
but if you want
that's shocking.
I also have the Ravens lower.
if you
I
want
have-
Zay
I have the
Flowers and
Ravens.
Andrews.
Yeah,
I
but is
have the
Mark Andrews
Ravens
going
in
to
the
stay
11,
healthy for a
15.
full 17 games
That's-
anymore?
Are we talking about health now? Is health for you?
We can. Jefferson has been healthy almost every year.
No,
except
I
last
didn't
year.
talk about Jefferson. I'm asking, like, you're saying Xavier. You're saying Hollywood Brown. Man's leg likes to cramp up a lot. Have you ever seen it?
Okay, pick Xavier Worthy.
my thoughts are
That
are
man
back-
got a hamstring injury.
Won the Super Bowl.
Cody,
He also
my,
ran over people.
my thoughts on Zay Flowers are what happened in the AFC title game. So I think about that, and it skews
Okay.
my
So,
thoughts.
so are you
11,
here?
15.
No,
11,
I'm
I'm
15
on the
for me.
same tier as the Falcons.
I'd put him in the 16 to 20 myself.
11 to 15 for me.
What?
Mark, where are
I'm with
you
Robert.
with them?
I have the Ravens at 12. Like
Alright.
I was in the middle
All
too.
right, so they're
like
in 11.
Zay-
11.
we'll bring up Zay Flowers' criticism last year. He was also a rookie. Like he's going in his second year, so I think expectations.
So I think that could be there.
Texans should be up there.
100%
Yes.
Texans.
I had them at 6. Like they're
I have
very.
them at 4.
Does
eight.
bitchy bullshit attitude take into account? Because if so, Stephon Diggs is 32. Because that
Can we
fucking
talk
bastard
about how
is
Stephon
tough.
Diggs might end up being the number 3 on that team before year's end?
This is another case where I kind of don't think it matters because we
What
could
the
also be
fuck?
saying that like Dell and Collins are the duo here, and I would still have them at 6.
Yeah,
I
I'd still have
agree.
them
I
at-
agree with Mark.
I had Bears at 6, so I get. And honestly, I had the Ravens at 24, but I'm
Okay, guys,
for
listen to me.
Okay.
DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett,
Is in the 11 to 15 for me personally.
top 10.
Are we saying Tyler Lockett's the 2?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
If you want to say,
I think
James,
in
then
I think that's what I would say. I say in
I
New England,
have them
think
at
that's
9, so I would put them in the top 10.
I am at 13. So
I have
put
them at
the
12.
11, 15.
I also have them at 13, so I think they're.
So they should go 11, 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think the Jets are in the 11 to 15 range.
No, the Raiders are, though.
Stop it.
The
I
top
don't-
10!
I just think Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams is a 11 to 15.
Is Mike Williams going to stay healthy?
If he
That's-
stays on the
that's-
field,
That's
like
That's-
And
Well,
are they-
you got to think of his backup. Lazard, I think, is still a decent 2 if need be.
yeah, Lazard's got enough juice in the tank to be a decent 2.
I think he's at least a 2 with. I mean, either way, I think they can be middle. That's fine.
I mean, I'm with Nazario. I have the Raiders above them because,
Devontae.
well, I like Jacoby Myers as a 2 better.
I
Are you
mean-
taking Jacoby Myers or Brock Bowers at this point, though?
or that
Jacoby
too. if you
Myers
wanted to
is a
say
two.
that.
I mean,
No,
CeeDee
no,
Lamb.
I
no.
would take him a tier down.
No.
I would put him at 16 to 20. Though.
I would go
Ooh.
16-20 on Dallas as well.
Dallas.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb is arguably top.
Who's there 2?
Jake Ferguson
Jake
Brandon
Ferguson.
Cooks.
Exactly. Like what?
Brandon
what are we
Cooks.
talking
or Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks
Look
is
at
okay.
look up Brandon Cooks' stats last year.
I mean,
Somebody
like,
look it up.
He sucked last year.
Brandon.
Somebody look it up, Mark. I'm only asking for a look up here.
If
Brandon
anything,
Cooks last
What
year
about-
went for 657 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Thank you.
Jake
There we go.
Ferguson. Jake
Yeah.
Ferguson.
Jake
Let me
Ferguson.
look. Jake Ferguson.
He was a rookie.
Slightly better, I think. It was like 700
Jake
yards.
Ferguson last year went for
761
Jake, right?
71 receptions.
Yeah, 761. Yeah, 761. Yeah,
Yeah.
761 yards and 5
There we
touchdowns.
go.
Okay. I still think CeeDee Lamb is top 3. It doesn't really matter about the other guy.
Adam,
Carry
I think
them to that
Steve-
middle
Wow,
tier,
wow,
but that's where
Devontae.
they're at.
Maybe top
Devontae.
5 for CD.
So, who are we moving into the top 10 that's not there?
Devontae. Raiders.
No.
I mean,
Well,
listen,
hold
like
on.
I
One guy
personally
in the
had
1
the
through 5
Titans in
has
the
to go
top
down
10,
to
but I don't
6 through
think that's
10,
going to happen.
Oh, co-host, right? Yeah, somebody
one guy in the 1
from
through
1 to
5 has to
5
go to
has to
6
go
through
down.
10. So we're done on top 10.
Okay.
So at
That's
this point, it's about 11 through 15 and 16 through 20.
Again,
I had Cleveland in the
No, we need one more. We need one more in the 6 or 10.
No,
you
because we have
to
6
lower one
up and
from the
1
1
through
to
5.
5.
Yeah, put
Oh.
somebody from.
I think the Browns deserve
I would.
they have they have
Cooper
Amari Cooper.
and Juku.
they have Cooper and they have their tight end
Njoku.
Oh, and Joku is sick.
Njoku, and they just got Jerry Jeudy. I think that is an insane grouping.
I would agree with that.
I had him at 16, so if you want to put him in there,
They're
Amari
17.
Cooper.
I think they're perfectly in the middle. Like I don't.
that's fine.
All right, so we're putting Lions down here. Is that correct?
I think that's
I
probably.
would
I would
lower the
agree
Eagles.
Lions
or
at 6
whatever.
through 10.
What'd you say, Nazar?
I would lower the Eagles, but yeah.
I think you're the
Shut
only
up.
one who said that, so I think
You're crazy. I don't know why you hate them so much, but you're wrong.
All right.
Fuck the Eagles, man.
I think Raiders should go into 11-15.
Also, fuck Bar because
I
he
do
likes
not.
the Eagles.
Oh, really?
I would put them 16 through 20 being generous.
So hold on. I just want to hear this out. Who is their number 2?
Who, the Raiders?
Yes.
It's Jacoby
Yeah.
Myers.
Jacoby Myers.
He scored
So
like
we're
12
throwing-
touchdowns. Scored like 12 touchdowns.
Devon and Jacoby Myers. I had them in my fucking top 5. They said no. Then no to top 10. At least you have to be 11-15.
They're higher than CeeDee Lamb right now, and
Jacoby Myers last season went for 807 and 8 touchdowns.
Oh,
Yeah.
What are we talking? And we just threw away Jake because he got 750 and this. But we're talking about CeeDee Lamb's numbers. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
100% on put the Raiders.
Jacoby
wrong.
Myers had Jimmy Garoppolo throwing him the fucking ball.
And he has
last
Aiden O'Connell throwing this year. It's not much better.
And Gardner Minshew. Thank you for defending it, even like it's a better scenario.
Absolutely.
Better than Jimmy
So is
Garoppolo.
Dak Prescott. What are you talking about, Mark? That's crazy.
Dak Prescott still has great fucking stats. He can still
Devontae
get the
Adams.
ball to people. Like fucking Jimmy Garoppolo, Aiden O'Connell can't
I-
do shit, and Jacoby
All right,
Myers
my
still has a decent stat line.
My vote.
16 through 20.
Never forget.
I
I
Raiders
don't-
at 12. So
Okay, I do. So 3 of us have them in that range. So perfect.
So yeah, Malik Nabers and whatever. 16-20.
I mean, I had them lower, but like I guess that's fine.
So let's go.
This
I
is-
mean, we'll talk about it when we get there. But
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Agreed.
6.
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lions have to be the 6 just because they were borderline top 5.
I would
Okay.
move the Texans up to 8.
Yeah,
I would.
I personally would
this.
say Vikings 7, Texans 8. Yeah,
I would
Why
do
the fuck
this.
Why are the
Yeah.
Vikings 7?
because they
Because
have
Je-
the greatest football.
Because Jefferson's
receiver in the game.
done it longer.
and Hawkinson when he comes back will be.
And even if you have Hawkinson or Addison, either are legit number 2s.
I'm fine.
Fine.
I'm fine.
Okay, please lower the Chiefs. I don't like the Chiefs at 11.
Hold on, we're not there yet.
Okay.
I would switch the Bucks and the
uh,
Bears. Like it just the Bucks are just
Mm.
the pinnacle of consistency when it comes to receiving.
And Keenan Allen is really fat.
Well, that's the thing. Are you going Keenan Allen or are you going Roma Dunze at this point?
I would go.
I'm not going Roma Dunze when he had. Well, if that's the case, then I don't include him at all.
No,
He hasn't caught a ball.
I'm okay with.
What about Cole Kmet?
He got a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, you got some options there. Okay.
I would.
I'd go Seahawks at the top. Yeah.
Yes. Good shit.
Now
Now the Raiders.
I would move the Brown. Yeah, I would move the Browns.
I would go Browns, Chiefs, Ravens, and I still think the Raiders should go down to 16 through 20. That's just
Me too, but whatever.
I think the Ravens are ahead. I think the Ravens are ahead of.
Jacoby Meyer lovers here. I can't. That 800 yards and
That
8
guy has
touchdowns
given
got
me
Mark
so
just
much
going
fucking fantasy
crazy.
points. The guy carries my fucking fantasy points every fucking season.
You have a
He's
bad fantasy team. Shut the fuck up.
I won last year. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh,
Okay.
by the way,
I put the Cowboys at the top of that.
do you know who carried me for years? Darren Sproles. No matter where that guy was, he always gave me solid points.
Stop. Stop.
I think the Falcons are good right there. I think they're.
I think there's an argument for Jets over Cowboys.
I
I don't think there is.
No, I
don't think there is.
I think
Sure.
I don't think
Cardinals-
any pick for a Cowboys number 2 is better than either Jet receiver.
The Cowboys have a better number 1, and honestly, like I would take
Barely.
Mike Williams or Breece Hall over any number 2 you're going to bring up for the Cowboys.
I think that Mike Williams and
Right.
Alan Lazard are better than any number 2 that you could put on for the Cowboys right now. I think the duos matter, because if the duos don't matter, then we should rearrange the entire list because we're just taking who the best number 1 receiver is.
Yeah.
So who votes?
Out of the
So
right.
okay. So who wants Cowboys at 16? Raise your hand. Okay, that seals it. Jets or Falcons? Who wants Falcons at 17?
I would say the Falcons. Yeah.
Oh, the Falcons. Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. Jets or Titans? Who wants Jets at 18? Okay.
Are we putting the
Who
Titans above
wants-
the fucking Jets?
Who wants Titans at 18?
Insanity.
Come on.
Cody just spent so much time talking about how washed the Andre Hopkins is, and then goes, "Oh yeah, better than the."
I
fucking
think it's.
the other year."
Again, I don't know who their number 2 is at that point, and I don't trust it. So, Jaguars or Jets? Who wants Jaguars higher than the Jets? Okay. All right. Final rankings. Who's the top here?
I would say the Packers.
I would say the Saints. Honestly, I think the Saints.
Whoa, we're all over the board.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bar?
What do you think, Bar?
What are we asking?
Oh shit, Bar's here.
Who's the best in the 21 to 25 range? I think it's the Colts.
Best in 21 to 25 range. I would actually.
He doesn't watch football, so good knows what this is.
It's either Saints or Packers. Honestly,
Insanity to me. Okay.
I would probably say. Oh, I had the Packers at 16 and the Saints at 17, so I'm going to say Packers.
Holy Christ. Hold on. So you thought the Packers and Saints have better receiver rooms than the fucking Ravens?
I do. Because the Ravens offense keeps dropping fucking footballs.
Nuts. And your number 1 receiver in Green Bay is fucking Christian Watson, who that's all he can do right now.
He
No,
catches the ball. He just gets hurt.
He fixed his hamstrings. He's better now. Most important
I
thing.
forgot that you need a hamstring to catch a football.
I mean,
The amount of in this NFC fans we have in here is just disgusting.
It's insane. I think the Packers are better than
Then the Saints? Yeah.
Saints or Cardinals?
Did we
I think
just
the Cardinals.
decide who the 21 was?
I like Cardinals.
Yeah, I voted for Packers, so we sealed it.
I
I
would say Saints. I
Saints.
would-
I would
Cardinals.
say Saints over Cardinals.
I prefer the Cardinals.
I'm going Saints.
Who do the Cardinals have outside of Marvin Harrison?
Trey
Jr.?
McBride, the truth. He's the truth.
McBride. Yeah.
He's the absolute truth. I refuse to believe otherwise.
I didn't think that we were including tight ends in this. So
Yeah, it's pass catchers.
It's pass catchers.
Oh well, then
You should
yeah.
we should have read the messages.
I would still keep the Saints over the Cardinals, though.
Robert busted me in the face the first minute I let him in the chat. So
I felt
there you go.
terrible about it. I didn't feel
Well, you
good
should.
about
I'm hoping about it. We good with the rest of that?
We really
No,
think the Colts
I'd
are
have
the
the-
worst.
it. No, I'd have
duo
the
in the
Colts above the,
bro.
the
No, I have the Colts above
Commanders.
the Cardinals and the Commanders.
I still think the Colts are better than the Packers.
I don't think the Colts are that good. Like, I mean, we're just being honest.
Okay.
Like, think
I need
the
to
Colts-
search. I'm gonna check something right now. I'm gonna fact check you right now.
So who
Josh
wants
Downs
Colts?
was-
Who wants
Josh
Colts
Downs-
higher than this? Say your list.
Me.
Say it out loud.
We got a bunch of Josh Downs lovers here.
Michael
so-
Pittman last year went for 1,152 yards, and we're gonna say, oh, he's not that good.
Colts over Commanders.
He had Gardner Minshew throwing to him.
He's fine.
Oh my
Well,
God.
we just gave the Raiders for Gardner Minshew. So
And
he's-
just to point out, Josh Downs went for more yards than Jacoby Myers. So suck my nuts.
It got hurt a lot.
okay.
I'll look that up. That's wrong.
I just think that makes there's no consistent logic right now out of Mark Winchaka.
And then,
No,
like
it's
you,
not.
you-
He
you
lives
said-
just chaos.
Said 771 yards. That's less than Jacoby Myers. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yes, thank you. 30 yards.
Jacoby Myers is.
So, do we have more people having the Colts above the Cardinals at 23?
Yeah, can somebody help me with this?
Yes.
I would take the Colts over the Cardinals easily.
Yes. Same.
Okay.
No,
So that's. I would say no.
no.
I'm
I
with it
wouldn't.
now.
How do you have an
Okay.
1,100-yard receiver and you're like, yep, the bottom?
Have we seen Marvin Harrison Jr. play in the NFL? Have we
No.
seen that man catch a ball in the NFL?
No, but I
No.
trust it.
Yeah.
I
trust
choose
it.
to believe what I was
Then
programmed.
why are we not doing the same thing for Roma Dunze?
Not even as close to the same player at all. Not even. They couldn't even. Roma Dunze couldn't even hold Marvin Harrison's jockstrap. And I'm on record for saying that because one was in Washington, the other was in Ohio State. And how many people watched Ohio State games last year? Raise your hand if you did. Anybody know the quarterback of that team? He transferred to Syracuse, just for record, and he got to throw to Marvin Harrison Jr., and he sucked ass. So literally anybody throwing to him will be better than who he had. So I will trust Marvin Harrison tenfold. Okay, so
And then
list.
I don't have any issue with 26 or 32 as is.
I'm.
No.
I think I would have.
I-
Nah, it's fine. Never mind.
I-
was gonna say-
I would maybe put the Giants in the front of the tier, but that's it.
I would
because
actually
of Malik
put
Neighbors promise.
Yeah.
I would actually put the Broncos at the front of that crew.
Oh my gosh.
No chance. No.
No chance. No, thank you.
He's excited to watch.
You don't watch ball.
Zach Wilson.
You don't watch ball.
God bless
Okay.
Bo Nix.
Jesus Christ.
We'll get to that.
You have a better shot at fucking Quentin Johnston and Lad McConkey.
All right, team, take a picture. We'll see how it ranks at the end of the year. Okay, just a reminder, midway show, not that everybody was going to watch this because everybody that used to watch this show is now on this show.
Yeah.
We know how to literally cannibalize our own audience. So that's really good.
Mason
But
watches.
just-
I'll give him that. He doesn't even know a thing about football, but he watches.
Just in case you do care, we are going to a confidence pick. I said this at the beginning of the show. We'll say this in the middle. We're doing a confidence pick. This is how every player. I'm going to create an ESPN league. You're going to make your picks live on the show. When you pick them on the show, we're going to pick them. You're going to basically be in the app or on the website while we're doing this. Confidence pick. We will have an overall record, and we will have a total points record. Okay? So that's how we will decide the show. Barr gets his own spot. Scully gets his own spot. Robert gets his own spot. It's no longer Scully and friends. They will get to compete against the rest of us. We will figure out a punishment. We were supposed to do that last year, but we will actually do a punishment this year. We will also do the eliminator. Basically, you're most confident. So we'll see how that works. Now, the moment most people have been waiting for, the time for us to completely just lose our mind and yell loud, because especially me and Coho, we will be ranking the quarterbacks 1 through 32. I kind of broke them down. Now I did include one up at the top. Has Drake May been announced to start?
No.
No.
Okay. So I have Jacoby Brissett and Drake May both here because I don't know, but I think every other position battle has been decided at this point in camp.
Mhm.
I mean, I
Are we
have
ranking
Drake May
JJ
in my
McCarthy?
rankings.
Huh?
Are you ranking JJ McCarthy?
Yeah, 31.
No.
He's just on there, and I didn't see Darnold. So that's why I was like,
Is Andy
Where's he
Dalton
at?
won the
at the
position?
bottom,
that
last
needs to be
one
the quarterback?
towards the right. You'll see him right there, curly hair right there.
Yeah.
Marcus
No.
Mariota.
So they have all these. They have a bunch of
Oh.
backups.
Yeah,
Our
there's
list.
Sam Bradford as
Our
well.
our list stops at Bo Nix right here.
Okay.
What about is Penix on there?
Penix is not because I think Penix is out.
There he is.
Yes.
I believe Kirk Cousins will be the starter.
Are you sure? Because they're not letting him play in preseason anymore. Like they're bubble wrapping Michael Penix.
Do we believe they're not going to start Kirk Cousins?
I
I
think
don't
there's
know
someone
if
else.
he'll
Kirk
be
Cousins
healthy.
is not the week 1 starter.
They are going to start Kirk Cousins. Come on, don't be ridiculous.
I think
Okay,
that
well,
the Falcons are
let's
dumb
just
enough.
let's rank this with if Kirk. I think if Kirk he was signed, let's rank him as if he was the starting quarterback. Because I think Penix falls in the same range as all the other rookies at this point, unless you guys disagree. But we'll see.
But,
So this is nomination process. I'm going to make this very quick, just for my sake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just not going to argue.
Yeah.
I think he is
No.
number one
He's
with a
easy.
bullet.
Number one.
Does anybody disagree?
Number
No.
one in blood.
Yeah.
Sadly,
No.
yes.
Okay. I think, honestly, the top 5 is pretty easy, but we will discuss. Next nomination, whoever wants to take the floor.
Can I do last?
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
can
do
do
one-
last. Yes, you can do last. Go ahead.
Jacoby Brissett.
Is Jacoby the name starter?
No,
I
I do not agree.
disagree.
I disagree.
I fucking disagree.
I
too.
disagree with that as well.
All right.
I know in my mind who I think the worst starter is going to.
Okay.
Okay, so next nominated, that one's been declined. So next, who wants to take the next nomination?
I'm gonna tell you the number 32 with a fucking bullet, no argument needed, is the fucking rapist at the Browns.
He's really low on my list. So
Low on-
there.
Hold on. Mark, defend your boy. Come on. You take him in every fantasy league ever.
Listen. I am drafting for upside, and no guy has higher upside than Sean Watson.
Oh my
But
God.
I'm not gonna say he's higher than 26.
Yeah, his upside is real dangerous.
His upside is
he-
25 to life.
I disagree that he is 32.
I disagree as well.
I disagree as well.
I disagree that he's the worst quarterback.
He's
Okay.
ranked
He's
of
the worst
26
person
to
that plays
32
quarterback
guys.
in football.
Hey,
He's
I
in
have
that
I have the 32. Can I go?
Hmm.
Sure.
Sam Darnold.
I agree.
Oh,
I am at 31. So if you
no.
want
I do not think he's 32. I think there's a worse quarterback than Sam Darnold.
I second the
I
motion.
have
of Sam Darnold
several
as
people
32.
lower than Sam Darnold.
I'll third the motion since mine got denied.
Okay, I need one more. I need one more to agree that Sam Darnold is the worst quarterback.
No,
Anyway.
Man,
no.
Okay.
This is gonna
Are
last.
you really gonna tell
Mark?
me Daniel Jones is better than
Mark?
Sam Darnold?
Yes.
Yes.
That man has won a playoff game.
Yeah.
So, he's won a
His
playoff
defense
game.
won a playoff game, yeah.
It doesn't matter. You have to
I
win.
have no issue with it. If we're just gonna put him at the bottom, I have no issue with it. I'll just say it.
Let's go.
Whatever.
He's
You're
in the
just
bottom.
saying that because
Already
he's a
kangaroo
Viking.
court. Already kangaroo court.
Okay, I mean, are we gonna argue with Russell Wilson being in this bottom tier?
No. You're
I disagree.
He belongs down there.
I
He
have him
was
at,
20. He threw 20 touchdowns and 7 interceptions last year. They gave up on him. I do not think he was bad. Look at his numbers.
Yes.
Look at his numbers.
Look at his
Goal
red
line
zone
touchdown.
stats.
Look at his son.
Look at his red zone stats.
Who cares?
26 myself as the Steeler fan. So
Where do you have him?
26. I have him in the bottom.
I have him
I
at
have
27.
him at 27.
Okay, so more people have him in the bottom. We will put him in the bottom. That's fine.
I'm at 29.
We'll see where he ranks at the end. Okay, next nomination, please.
So that would be me.
I'll be positive. I'll vote Josh Allen to the top.
Wow. Just Coho just runs over Barr and says, fuck you.
Allen at 2.
I'm gonna
You fuck.
hold on. I'm gonna decline Coho's nomination because Barr clearly was talking. He just didn't care at all. So Barr, who's your nomination?
I nominate Josh Allen as number 2. So
Okay, fine.
I have him at 2.
Sure.
So
He's my 2.
I have him as 2 as well.
all right. So that's consensus. Right.
Anybody else disagree?
No.
Coho, nomination?
I want to throw CJ Stroud in the top 5.
I have him 5. So
I disagree.
I disagree.
I think that CJ Stroud will win MVP this year, but I would not put him in top 5.
That's
I disagree.
It's a weird line.
So there's 2 no's, 2 yeses. I need Nazario and Mark to say words.
Stroud.
There are 3 players on the top row that I would put over him in a heartbeat.
I would say CJ Stroud is outside the top 5.
Right.
I think he's in the second tier.
I agree.
I agree.
Fine.
All right.
Fine with.
Robert, have you nominated? Go
I
ahead.
did. I got shot down by Jacoby Brissett like very hard, and I was
That's fair.
surprised by that. Can I
Okay,
put? All right, I'll vote somebody else in the bottom tier. Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
I disagree.
Oh my God. Are you getting paid by the Bron? Are you getting paid by Sean Payton bar? I don't know.
No,
I
because
have
he
him at
was supposed.
25.
Oh,
He
okay.
was supposed to draft. He was supposed to draft JJ McCarthy in a draft.
And that was I know I did draft JJ McCarthy, and then
Oh,
I picked up Bo Nix after him just in case.
Oh, you were
something
supposed to get
happened.
Drake May.
Yeah. Because Coho made one of the dumbest trade moves I've ever seen.
That's fair. Just give me all your 3rd round picks.
We'll see if it works out. I got 2 seconds and 3/3 out of it.
Can you name who they were? Can you name which
Yeah,
players
I get to
exactly?
go through every.
Good time. Okay.
I got Michael Penix out of it.
Okay. Mark, nominate.
See where this goes. I think Lamar Jackson's in the top 5.
I will
Agree.
second that.
I would agree.
I am at 4. So
I also have him at 4.
there we go.
All right. I will nominate. I will have Jalen Hurts in the top 5.
I second the motion. I have him
I
at 3.
disagree with that hard.
I had him at
Hard?
I disagree very hardly, very strongly.
Where do you
Okay,
have him?
that's fine.
24?
I do not think Jalen Hurts is in the top 5. He might not even be top 10.
Okay. I don't go.
You're insane!
Don't go that far.
Okay. Okay.
Since we shot down CJ Stroud in the top 5, then I'm fine with Hurts myself.
Mark?
Say Burrow in the top 5.
I agree.
Oh wait,
I'm at 5%.
your opinions on Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Oh, Jalen Hurts. I wasn't even fucking listening.
Wait, the fuck? Lamar Jackson is in the top 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happens when you disappear for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I'll say I have no
Literally
issue with Jalen Hurts in the top. I have no issue with Jalen Hurts in the top 5.
I have
Okay.
Jalen Hurts very lower than that, and also that Lamar Jackson's lower than that. Yeah, you guys
Oh
suck.
my god.
All right. Well, let's go Nazario. Let's you nominate somebody.
Brock Purdy.
Top 5?
Whatever.
Future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers.
No. Disagree.
Not top 5.
Fuck no.
He's 100% a top 5 quarterback if he's healthy, and you're insane. But whatever. I'm okay with arguing. Like whatever.
So you're gonna play more than
Wait.
3 snaps this year?
Did everybody say
Okay,
no?
if we're talking about a snap, yes. But I'm saying if there is a game on the line, give me that guy behind center. I'm going to take it.
Give me
Like,
2 years.
He still tore his Achilles though. Like I gotta see it.
Guys,
I think he's 6. Like he's right there at 6.
I have him
I
at
have
7.
him much lower.
Oh man,
Okay.
do you guys think it's still the 90s? Like people get fucking surgeries and they come back and kick ass.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers
Last
didn't
time I
play
saw Aaron
until
Rodgers, he didn't cross 4,000 yards.
He's been declined. Mark, what's your nomination?
Well, I said Burrow because I misspoke, but I'll put Burrow in the 5.
I second the
100%
motion.
Burrow's in the top 5.
100% agree.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think
That's
Burrow is
why-
better than
that's
Lamar
why I
and
could-
Jalen.
That's why I could not put CJ Stroud because I believe those 5 right there are better than CJ. And now, after if CJ does what he did last year in the second year, there will be no doubt that he will be a number 5 next year. There's no way.
Joe Burrow
He's
should
done
be
it 1 year.
3. Burrow should be 3.
We'll talk about rankings in a second. We just want to put them in the spots where they're located, and then we'll talk about
So-
overall.
Can we put Stroud in 6 to 10 then?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Should be 5 or whatever.
I agree with you, Nazario.
I agree with you, Nazario.
Okay, Coho, what's your nomination?
Jordan Love, top 6 to 10.
I agree.
I disagree.
How can you like the receiver room and be like, "Oh, Jordan Love's not a top 10 quarterback"? He make no sense. Watch the games.
After October last year, he was the best quarterback in football.
He was, and he
was.
He frankly should have made the NFC Championship game.
He should have.
He should have.
He was there.
He got overpaid.
The
He has
Packers have
one
an
good
allergy.
season and people
Oh
that
my God. The overpaid. We're hearing that all season long.
40 million tops, and that went up from 35.
I think, and I'm actually revising my own list that I already made. I think that he is 11 or 12.
He's
I have
number
it at
7 on my top 10 list.
I
think
have
he
it at
should
11.
maybe
I have him
go
at
up.
7. I have him at 7 as well.
Mark, Jordan Love.
I think it's about right. I would have him 6 and 10.
I have no problem with this though. So
Okay. Well,
Mine is
All
at
right.
11. Is close, but somebody's getting screwed.
Bar, who you were
How
nominating?
are you going to say Jordan Love's 20, or his 32 touchdowns to nobody's is like not top 10?
So he had Aaron Jones for a lot of that too. I'm going to nominate.
No, he didn't. Mother effer was injured.
Aaron Jones was hurt like all of last year.
For like half of the whatever.
You don't watch football, Bar.
You really don't.
Whatever. I will nominate a bottom player, and I'm going to say I want to see how this plays out. Actually, from 26 to 32, I'm going to nominate Derek Carr.
Yep.
A little too low.
I have him at 25. So
I have him at
Me
22.
and Bob have the same list in front of us.
Him yelling at flipping Olave last year was still one of the most annoying things I've ever seen. No, you're you're the terrible quarterback.
Yeah, you're the bad guy. You're the bad one. I hate you.
I fucking love Derek Carr. But he earned his spot in the bottom tier last year. He was not good.
All right, raise your hand if Derek Carr's in the bottom half.
26 or lower?
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
In the
He's
bottom
safe.
tier?
Yeah.
No, I don't want him in there. No.
Nazario, agree or disagree?
22 for me.
Okay. That declines.
I think I got an
Robert.
easier one. What?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. No, you're good. Go.
Me?
Go ahead,
I got an easier one from the bottom tier. Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
I second
Yep.
that.
Yes.
Here we go.
Can I raise his counterpoint, his exact clone? Trevor Lawrence in the bottom half.
No.
No, I don't. No.
Okay. Well,
You're
you guys
alone on
don't
the
understand.
Okay.
You don't understand stats, and that's fine.
Lawrence
You
is
don't understand
lower
what-
than I had originally thought he would be for me, but I still don't think
You don't understand stats. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Okay, here you go. Hear me out. 16 to 20. Dak Prescott.
No.
No,
Yeah.
I say 6 to
I
10.
would say yes.
6 to 10 is where I'm at.
I
What
believe
the
I also
fuck?
have him 6 to 10.
Nazario and I are
Yes,
in the
do.
same 16 to 20 range on that.
The guy
You're
can't win a
so
fucking playoff
dumb.
game to save his life.
He beat
That's
Tom
not his
Brady in the
defense and
playoffs.
Kirk Cousins. That's all he
Yeah, he
is.
beat Aaron Rodgers. Or no, sorry, he didn't. That's
He
my
beat
bad.
Tom Brady in the playoffs. He said
That's true. He did beat Tom Brady.
he retired Tom Brady.
Retired Tom Brady.
He
34-year-old Tom
retired
Brady.
himself.
He's at least in the top half. Like I think he's above 16. Like he's not
cannot give you,
below
I'm
16.
not giving you a vote for 6 to 10 for that man. I can swallow a 11 to 15 tops.
There's
Okay.
a lot of things
We'll
that
see
you can
what- we'll see
swallow,
what
Nazario.
Jesus Christ.
One of them being a dick.
All right, 6 to 10. Tua.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
Lower.
Yeah.
You're going to run out of people like that are decent and have got good stat lines.
Can I nominate someone
Yeah.
for the bottom?
Yeah.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, I second that.
I agree.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, more wins. We're stacking wins at the bottom.
He was my 31st.
He was my
I would-
30th, so
Can you scroll up for a sec? I would like to nominate a 6 to 10.
Okay.
I'm going to nominate at 10 for myself, Brock Purdy.
I had Brock Purdy at 10 myself. Yeah.
I have him at 9. Let's fucking go.
I would say no.
I have no issue with it if we're at 10. Yeah.
I agree.
He played his way into it.
Yeah. But
I just don't know why Jordan Love was a stretch and Purdy was an automatic.
I don't get that either. But
I'm with Cody on that one.
Playoff wins.
Baylor should be.
Jordan Love is 10 times the quarterback Brock Purdy will ever be.
I spent a lot of time shit talking Jordan Love, so it was tough to eat those words. That's why I took a long time with it.
Most people were.
Can I throw a name out for 6 to 10?
Sure.
Okay.
Matt Stafford.
I was about to say that.
I have him at 9. So
I think he's right in there. Yeah.
I also have him at 9.
There we go.
I agree.
Cool.
I'll give you another one. Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
No.
No.
6 to 10.
Why do we give him this green light of being this insane quarterback when he really just isn't?
Once he lost Shane Steichen, things just were not the same.
I mean, if we're gonna say that Trevor Lawrence is a bad quarterback on stats, and then say Justin Herbert's a bad quarterback on stats, Justin Herbert just lost a playoff game, but he's playing great on stats. If stats matters,
I'm saying like overall, he's literally checked down. That's all he does.
Yeah.
We cannot put Brock Purdy in the top 10, the check down king over, and then say Justin Herbert.
Dude, that man was completing 30-yard dimes down the field. You're insane.
So is Herbert.
Me. Forever and always, Alex Smith will be the check down king.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's my other argument about Justin Herbert. At this moment, who would he be throwing to?
Josh Palmer. And Lad McConkey.
In this moment, I don't think he's a top 10.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait. We did say no to Rodgers on 1 to 5, but he's not even going to be 6 to 10.
Yeah, I think Rodgers is in 6 to 10. I think that's crazy.
10.
I hate this, but I'm fine. Whatever.
I don't think he's 6 to 10.
I think
what are we talking about? Fine. Then I will argue somebody different. I will argue somebody different. Kirk Cousins.
No,
I don't think
no.
Before injury, he was literally the MVP of the league. What are we talking
Oh, and
about?
I was called crazy for saying that.
No, you didn't. No, look at the tape, moron. It wasn't me. It was other people, but not me.
I was like, Kirk Cousins is on an MVP.
I'm the one. Do you remember I'm the one that lost? I went deep into Coho mode on Vikings over the.
You're right.
Fuck you. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I was all on Vikings.
Kirk Cousins was an MVP.
Can we make this easier? Can we do another bottom one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Gardner Minshew.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's him and not AOC. That's who we're going.
He was
No.
the starter. Gardner's
been named the starter, hasn't he?
got named the starter.
No, he's not.
Yeah, but
starter.
no,
Yeah,
26 to 32. Minshew is not that bad.
Yesterday.
Are we not?
Minshew is not that bad. He's
They
like
should have
21,
The
25. But
Texans should not have made a playoff run because he should have been able to complete a simple pass,
It's true. He should have.
and he didn't. Listen, I love my mustache, bro, but I think he's clearly.
All right, we need one more in this group. Are we adding Deshaun?
the rapist.
I would add Levis first.
I would put Will Levis before I put Deshaun Watson.
I agree. I think Will Levis is.
I think Will Levis is the worst quarterback in football.
Okay, Will
That's
Levis,
not true.
He is my
Will
32.
Levis is my-
I think Will Levis
Will Levis is my 25.
He's
But
my
come
20.
on, guys, be decent.
Will Levis is terrible.
I think Will Levis is in the tier above.
If
he doesn't get it done this year, then he absolutely belongs in the bottom tier. But
Putting aside
got weapons to share
the legal
I want. This is just my take, and you guys can agree or disagree. I think 3 players right now should arguably be 21 to 25, regardless.
Okay.
And I think that's the rookies. They have not thrown a pass in the NFL. I do not care how good or how hyped up they are until I see them play. I do not going into this season, mid-season. we would have put C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young in this group. We would have not included them in the top 5. I do not agree with putting them 16 to 20.
I can.
Were you talking Bo Nix, Drake May, and Caleb Williams?
No, I think Bo Nix is in a tier lower. I think Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams are all 21 through 25.
So we're going with the assumption Drake May's.
I was gonna put Caleb a little higher, but the other two I'm okay with.
I had Caleb in the tier above, but if you want,
I had Caleb at
25. That's fine.
Yeah, I have Caleb at 16 to 20, and the other two.
And if it helps, Scully put Caleb Williams at 24.
Oh, okay.
Definitely put Jane Daniels in 21 to 25. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, let's just do this right now, and then if we need to move them, we'll move them. But I think those are the 3 that go right there.
Can we make like that Wolverine meme where Scully is Wolverine in the bed, but he's looking at a picture of Justin Fields?
Someone call Payson.
Yeah.
He kind of nominated 11 to 15.
Yes. Go ahead.
I would nominate.
I could argue that Goff should be
in the top 10.
I would argue Goff is top 10.
If we're not giving Rodgers the top 10 spot, then why the fuck are we giving Goff the spot?
Goff is my 11.
Rodgers at this current state in their career.
I had Goff at 12. That's why I nominated him.
How about Baker?
What goes into ranking the quarterbacks? You want to give C.J. Stroud top 5 based on 1 year of work, but you want to give Aaron Rodgers lower than that because he had an Achilles last year, but he also regard all the previous work. So
Because
where do you rank things, Coho?
Before the Achilles, he looked like a shell of himself in Green Bay. He did not look good in his last year in Green Bay. He threw for less than 4,000.
Who was he throwing to?
The same people that Jordan Love just threw 4,000 yards
with an extra year of experience. Exactly. Why are you making this argument?
Jordan Love just played his first fucking year.
Yeah, but he's been there for like 3 or 4.
He was there for 3 years, sitting on the bench doing the same reps. Aaron Rodgers with the exact same.
Learning from Rodgers.
And then he did it better than Rodgers, and Rodgers looked like dog shit with the same.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers had the exact same team, the exact same coach, came out and threw for less than 4,000 yards. And Jordan Love comes out with the exact same team and doubles his percentage.
He didn't. You're not taking the year of experience that Roger was able to give those receiving core. You're not seeing that.
Christian Watson didn't play in fucking Jordan Love's year. He played like 5 plays.
I'm not talking about him.
He's the only good receiver on that fucking unit.
I would like to make it. So, Aaron Rodgers is a guy who likes to stick to the people that he already has. Watson and Dobbs were rookies that year, and he was like, fuck you guys, I've got Alan Lazard to throw to.
All right, let's not recap. Okay.
New York.
Okay, so where is Rodgers in your rankings?
7.
11 to 15.
That's where I have him too.
Top 10. I have him.
I think he's 10. I think he's 10.
Let's put.
I think he's 10.
I think more people have put him there, right? Bar, did you have him in top 10? I don't remember.
7.
Okay, then he's in the top 10.
Then he's there. That's perfect. Okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
So then let's
try to speed Murray for 11 to 15.
Okay.
I'd agree with
that.
Who?
I'll take that.
Who'd you say?
Oh.
Kyler Murray.
I had him in the lower tier, but if you want to put him,
I mean, can we?
Yeah, 2 should be there too. Yes.
It's a little high, but you know who else? Baker. Let the Baker bake.
I was gonna say that Baker Mayfield 11 to 15.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
I disagree.
I agree.
I mean, yeah.
If you're gonna sit here and tell me that the Bucks made the playoffs because fucking Todd Bowles is a great coach, I call you a fucking liar. They made it because of Baker motherfucking.
Well, they made it. And
I would put Kirk Cousins in the 11 to 15
catches.
So is everybody okay now with putting Justin Herbert in 11 to 15?
Oh yeah, I forgot Herbert's right under. Yeah, Herbert's
putting Dak in 16 to 20.
Dak is 11 through 15. You're insane.
Actually, yes.
They have the exact same amount of playoff success.
I don't care about play. Not at all. Dak is a way better quarterback than Justin Herbert.
Hey, Coho, how many playoff games has Justin
better?
Won?
He's done it way
well.
Yeah.
This is not going to be a waste of time.
Justin Herbert in 4 years has more yards.
Hands up for Dak, 11 to 15.
Dak, 11, yeah.
Fuck. Hands up for Herbert. Mark, you have to vote.
Oh, this was for Herbert in 11 to 15.
Or Dak.
Okay, Dak or
Oh.
Herbert, 11 to 15.
Oh. I would go Dak. Give me Dak in 11.
There, it passes.
Fuck off, bitch.
All right. So Herbert goes 16 to 20. I
don't like it when only Coho supports me.
Yeah.
I feel like a moron.
Dude, I'm winning so hard right now. I'm winning so hard with fucking Lawrence in the bottom fucking half. Thank God that fucking trash bag of a quarterback. Let's go.
Lawrence is 100% 16 through 20.
Yeah, can we put him 16 to 20, Cody?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can we put Anthony Richardson there?
I think Richardson has to go with the rookies.
Richardson goes with 16 to 20. I agree with that.
I disagree.
And Kirk Cousins too.
21 to 25.
Kirk Cousins.
He's never finished a game.
Kirk Cousins should go.
Wait, what the fuck?
Kirk Cousins has to go lower.
Where did I just put somebody?
You put
Cousins
Cousins
at 11 to 15.
Which he should be in that tier.
Anthony Richardson should be in that one too.
Anthony Richardson never finished a game.
How many games did he play? How many games did he play?
He played 4, and he didn't finish a single one.
And he doesn't know how to slide.
21 through 25.
I'm sure he knows now. But
I hope so. He treated his body like a battery. Well, hold on. So let's just look at this right now. So the remaining people are him,
and Gino, and
Gino, Watson.
So are we putting? Yeah. So are we?
I think Richardson has to go on the tier with the rookies because he's just as
So
unproven.
one person has to fall down to here.
Deshaun.
One has to go up. One has to go up to here.
This is my point. Let's forget about the legal shit. Fine. The guy has not thrown a decent football game since he came back.
His shoulder was fucked. His shoulder was fucked.
He played pretty well against the Ravens. Played pretty well.
Nah.
I hear. Okay, I would put Gino in the tier above.
Gino should be
Richardson down on the tier with the rookies, and then Will Levis should be on the bottom row.
I agree. Gino should be in 16 to 20.
I trust Gino more than I trust Watson.
Agreed.
And who's at the bottom?
I would say
I would put Levis on the bottom row.
I'd say Deshaun.
Of the people here, I'd probably say Carr.
I'm saying if I have to pick a quarterback to win me one football game between Levis and Deshaun, I'm picking Deshaun.
Mark, you're a man of logic. Tell me.
I think I prefer Levis right now over Deshaun Watson.
In the bottom?
Look, it's not like I would keep Levis 2025. I would move Watson down below.
I'll take that.
Fine. If you want to put Watson in the 26 to 32, I'll take it. I don't care.
Okay.
I just want it known.
Will Levis
thing less yards than Deshaun Watson did last year.
Oh, so who's up here with him? So either
I would say.
That's why I said Anthony Richardson personally, but
I would have put Deshaun up on that tier before I put any.
Honestly,
I
would.
Robert.
I would so yes, he was injured, and yes, it was 4 games, but I saw more in those 4 games than I saw in the last multiple games from Carr and Levis.
I'll take that if he's 20.
Fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I think I have him at 19, so I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll rank.
So now okay. Oh my God.
I would put Burrow third place.
I think Burrow.
What happened?
I think.
What's so funny?
What Payson
Payson's just in the chat.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Said Aaron Rodgers looks helpless.
Oh, what's her?
And he thought he got summoned.
Who's 3?
Burrow.
I would vote Burrow.
Burrow.
I think that right there is the right
That's
rank.
the ranking I would do.
That's the top 5.
That's my ranking too. Okay.
I will never understand.
That's fair.
I just want to say this for my own peace of mind. I never understand why the fucking deal with Lamar is. Lamar is like 7'8". in my ranking, like around
He's
that.
won the MVP. What are you talking
Twice.
about?
Nazario, I hate him more than anybody, and my team dominates the shit out of him, but I gotta give him some respect.
I just can't. I don't see it. I don't fucking see it at all.
I personally would go Stroud at 6, Love 7, Stafford 8.
Yeah, I think I would
I
with that.
I would
think
go
fucking Rogers
Stroud.
should be 6, but who the fuck cares?
I would say Stroud, Rogers, Stafford, Love, Purdy.
Ugh.
Okay, sorry. I was creating the confidence pick. So that's on the private chat next to you guys. Please join that. The password is R right there.
Brilliant.
Sweet.
Yeah, I figured. Genius. Not make it difficult for anybody. Okay, so let's talk. I don't hear what any of you said because I don't really care. No.
Bars,
So-
Bars thinks
Rogers
Rodgers should be
6.
7. But
Whoa, what? Say it again.
Bar thinks
Rogers
Rodgers
thinks-
should be 7. Nazario thinks he should be 6.
I think he's right
Rodgers.
at 10.
I think he should be at 10 as well.
I think
I'll-
Rodgers.
I'll take Purdy at 9.
Um.
I would also
I
think
am-
Purdy at 9, so.
Okay, so who agrees that CJ Stroud is 6?
If it's not gonna be Rogers, should be Stroud.
Okay, so there it is. Okay, that's fine. Who believes Jordan Love is 7? Who believes Brock Purdy is 7? Who believes Matthew Stafford is 7?
I'll do that.
Who believes Aaron Rodgers is 7?
I'll do that too.
You guys are just wrong. It's fine.
Okay.
If we're taking his whole career, then he should be number 1. Like, let's stop.
Agreed.
Number 4.
No, he actually shouldn't because CJ Stroud is literally. Patrick Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls, so no. Like that's not even
That
close.
should be 2 if we're taking the whole career, but
Sure.
it's not. It shouldn't be his whole
I-
career.
game
He
on the
should be
line.
a 4.
Game on the line. I will put him behind center. I promise.
He can literally come
5
out
years
week
ago, I'd
one,
agree.
throw for 350 and 3 touchdowns, and like nobody's gonna say shit after that. Like he still has that in him.
Okay.
Yes, he still does.
Okay.
All right, Jordan Love at 8. I agree.
Yep.
Okay, that's only 3.
I'd
Purdy
rather
at
have
8.
Matthew Stafford. I'd rather have Matthew
Hold
Stafford.
on. Shh.
Right.
Purdy at 8. Stafford at 8.
Oh boy.
So we're split down the middle.
Oh, that's an easy decision. We will just put them right next to each other. And
I will flip my vote to save us time to Love.
okay,
You're such a
Beautiful.
pussy bar.
and then Purdy will be that. Okay, so here, I think Goff is 11.
Agreed.
Anybody disagree?
Agreed.
No, that's fine.
No.
Well, you
Bar, Zari was beating you for 3/4 of a fucking NFC Championship game. Suck it.
Did he close the fucking deal? I think not.
well, Jameer did.
Kyle Shanahan closed the deal.
Couldn't do it in the Super Bowl, but you could do it in an NFC Championship.
Okay,
I would say Kyler
Ky-
Murray, to be honest. Like, I put Kyler
I
Murray.
don't think
That's
Kyler's.
too high.
12. I don't think Kyler's 12. I think in that group, I think 2 is 12.
I agree with Tua being 12.
Twice 9, like 17.
I
probably,
also think
whatever.
Dak could be 12. I think Dak. could be
I
12.
think Dak is 12.
I
I
would
think
put
Dak-
Dak.
No.
I think Dak's 12 as well.
All right. Well, I think 4 people said 12. So
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I would throw Dak.
Disgusting.
Tua at this one?
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. If that's what you want.
Yeah,
I'm good with the lineup as it is.
I agree.
Me too.
I
Yeah.
agree.
That's fine.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
I would put Lawrence at the top of it.
No, not a chance. I think Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
He's
Uh,
actually
Cousins
passed for
probably
yards. He's actually passed for yards.
I don't quite agree, but I'm okay with it.
yeah, if you want to do it, it's fine. I'm not going to argue.
I think
I wish
other
Kirk
than that,
Cousins got this love the last 5 years of his career.
I think the ranking right there is exactly as I would leave it. Anybody
Yeah.
disagree?
No,
No, I like
I
that.
kind of would put
No.
Gino higher myself, but
Who?
Gino
No.
higher.
I
Gino
actually
higher
would-
than who?
Lawrence.
I would put.
No.
Yeah.
I
I would
agree.
put Anthony Richardson above Trevor Lawrence.
That
No. 4 games that he didn't finish better than a guy who was like undefeated for so long.
When was
Yeah.
he undefeated for so long?
Or not undefeated, but the number one. He was on track to be the number 1 seed in the AFC for the first 9 weeks of the NFL season.
Hey, remember when he fucked that game up in the playoffs 2 years ago?
Remember when he came back from throwing 4 interceptions in the first half to win a playoff game?
Well,
Yeah.
Against who? Against who?
Chargers. So he should be above Herbert
Brandon Staley, go fuck yourself.
and Justin Herbert.
No,
Yeah,
Brandon
let's do it.
Staley.
Okay,
you're making the case against yourself. Is that the line?
How?
I think that's a fine ranking. We can argue minute where each person is, but like I think
Yeah.
I think that's a good do we need
I
to
can live
make
with
the
the
bottom?
lineup, basically.
Does the bottom need to be fixed in?
I'd put Daniel Jones at the 32 spot, but that's just
Nope, Sam Darnold.
He won a playoff game.
31 for Daniel Jones.
I will agree 31 for Daniel.
31 for Daniel Jones is fine.
I
I
think
agree.
Russell Wilson is exactly where he should have been at the 31 spot.
I think he's better
No,
than
I think he's better and I think he's better
Better
than
than Bryce
Bryce
Young.
Young.
Ah,
Eh,
come on.
What are you all like completely agreeing on fucking Sam
I'm-
Darnold?
Sam Darnold's terrible. Like he didn't work in the Jets, he didn't work in the 49ers, he didn't work anywhere. He's never worked.
He barely played on the Niners, but when he did play, he
to
wasn't.
be fair, when he was in Carolina, the year that they benched Baker, he went 4-0 before they moved on.
Collapsed.
Before they collapsed heartily.
Well, they benched him after he went 4-0.
No,
He
it
was a
didn't.
game in his last season in Carolina.
I don't think he's
Okay.
worse than Daniel Jones.
But
Okay.
do more people think? All right, how many people think Sam Darnold's the worst?
I'll
How
just
many
be
people
a-
think Daniel Jones is the worst?
Yeah, no, Mark agreed with
No,
this.
Mark-
Mark
I'll just
said
Mark-
it.
say Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Here's
They
the one
both
thing
suck.
that Daniel
I don't
Jones
know
has-
what we're arguing. Like who sucks more? Like they both suck. Like
Yeah,
just
they're
whatever.
both-
They're in the
But
bottom
here's-
half.
But here's the thing that Daniel Jones has over Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones can at least run the ball.
That's true.
They both suck. I don't know what we're spending time on.
I'm fine.
Okay,
with that.
so
Right.
So that is this episode of the Pick'em of Hit Stick. We will be back. Pick'em's coming soon, where we actually break down. Next week, we will go through the entire NFL slate. Every week, all 18 weeks, we will do a simple yes/no. If they win or lose, it will give us the entire schedule of who would win, what the playoff seedings, and will be our group. I've sent everybody a list of things. I have a few more questions that I didn't include that I will send, like Rookie of the Year, and like most disappointing player, certain things. So I will type that up to you and let you guys know. But we will be back, and then we will think of a punishment for the loser for this week. But yes, Scully should be joining us. Hopefully, if not, he will still be included. He just will not appear on the show. And I think that's the only one missing from tonight, right? Yeah. So Nazari's got homework. He's got to He's got to create a new intro with new modern clips. And
Send
Yeah,
me clips,
so-
guys. Help me.
so we will see you guys next week. We're back weekly. Starting now, we are back weekly. And then not this week, but the following week, that's when we do our first pick of all the games and have the full discussion before Chiefs Ravens. So
I have a question about that. Like, when they remove one preseason game, why did they decide to skip a fucking week?
give everybody
Like-
a rest.
Nice.
It's like 12 days. It's like a fucking bye week in the middle of the anxiousness of the new season. It sucks.
Get everybody ready for college football, probably, because first week of college football starts this week. So watch the games. Florida State versus Georgia Tech, 11 a.m. I will be watching. All right, we will catch you next week. This is the Hit Stick. Bye.
Bye.